We can't have you here without asking about Turkey, Syria, what's going on up there. What do you make of what's happening?
Well, cast your mind back to 2015 and remember how it all started, which is, remember there were Americans getting all frizzed up on the internet by this thing called ISIS, going out running over people in the streets, shooting people. In Raqqa, Syria, they were targeting us. They were targeting our officials, our citizens, me, my family. I had just become Secretary of Defense. Companies were scared. They had attacked Paris and other cities, and that was ISIS. They needed to be destroyed. We needed to destroy them in Iraq, and we needed to destroy them in Syria. In Syria, the city of Raqqa was what they called the capital of their so-called caliphate. So I was Secretary of Defense. I thought we needed to destroy this enemy, and gradually the American public came around to the idea that we really needed to defend ourselves. And to defend ourselves, they needed to be destroyed. The best way of doing that, we could have gone in and done it all ourselves. The best way of doing it was to have somebody else do the town-to-town fighting, because that's not our comparative advantage. And we would bring down, to help them, the great cyclone of the American military, our intelligence, our firepower, our logistics, and our advising. But we needed to find that army that was willing to fight against ISIS. We found them. They were the Syrian Kurds.
Well, and that's something I think a lot of Americans don't even know what Kurds are exactly. Explain their role in fighting against the Islamic State.
Well, first of all, there are several different kinds of Kurds, so that's also bewildering to most people. But the Kurds that happen to live here in northeastern Syria were not that interested in fighting Assad. They mostly wanted to get these ISIS foreigners out of northeastern Syria. Well, it just so happens we wanted to do the same thing as well. So we teamed up with them. They were good fighters. They basically, by the time I left office early 2017, the war was won militarily. And what that meant was that ISIS didn't have Raqqa. They were so busy surviving, they couldn't be plotting against our own people. That was the victory that we had and that we sustained for about 2 years. And if we now abandon the Kurds, I am certain that ISIS is going to rebound. Remember, not all those people are dead. Some of them are being detained. Others are still running down the Euphrates Valley.
Well, the reports that maybe some of those detainees actually have escaped now.
So yes, I've heard that same thing, and that's inevitable. So they'll try to come back, and we're going to have to defend ourselves all over again. But next time, nobody will help us. We'll have to do it all by ourselves.